there is an agreement. They're now saying that we will release you, but there is a condition. What is the condition? Listen. बहुत हरे कहूत हरे देव तपना हो देवन रे उसका सभी कहा महल हरे का अति कहरा जन बल ही दे जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम. We will release you, but the condition is that you have to surrender everything. You have to surrender the kingdom. You have to surrender the wealth. You have to surrender the treasury. You have to surrender the chariots. And so you must leave the kingdom. You must leave the kingdom. And so you must leave wearing no apparel, depicting that you're the king. Stranger, while you're alive, nobody dress you up. Nobody buy anything nice for you. And when you're done that, they put on a puggree for you on your head. Huh? When you're done there, they put on a tiara on your hair. And they put on a crown for you. When you're already dead, they put the flowers and they make a pin in your hair. A few days ago, I looked at the ladies of the group and I looked at them in awe because I saw that they were all wearing the flower in their hair. And I inquired, I said, where did you all get this flower? And then they told me. And in my mind, I said, well, the Devi loves flowers. If you look, you will see hanging from the hair of the Devi, beautiful flowers. Sing it? The Devi loves flowers. And so, Raja Janak hearing this, Raja Janak surrendered totally. And so as Raja Janak surrendered totally, what will happen? Something shocking is about to happen. What will happen? Listen. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, 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 Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Tana surval mahala kahari ki vasra hari kara kaparan di baar nikal gaya apni na hote sab kuch betan nahi kar hote. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. 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 Raja Janak in his dream, the condition was made in front of all of the people he governed. But the condition was not only made to Raja Janak, it was made to all of the citizens that lived there, that now they will not acknowledge Raja Janak to be the king. And so no courtesy will be extended to him. No gift will be given, no support will be lent to him, and so he must leave as though he's a beggar, as though he has nothing. Raja Janak took off his robes and wearing the old clothing, dhire dhire, dhire means slowly, slowly begins to walk. And Raja Janak suddenly begins to feel very hungry and thirsty. Hungry and thirsty. As soon as you leave home, you begin to feel hungry.
You go to the expo to buy clothes, but you have to pass by the kitchen. Huh? Something happens. From the time you reach there, you say, you go to the cinema. Your intention is to see a movie, but then you see mozzarella sticks. Huh? Or you see popcorn. Or you see some kind of thing and it catches your eye. It catches your attention. And though your stomach is full, the eye says, you know what the eye says? I want. That's what the eye says. The eye says, I want. But the stomach is saying, I don't want. Maybe you're planning to have dinner, but after you eat all the popcorn, you can't eat anything after that. Because the eye and the stomach, they're just not communicating well with each other. Raja Janak, wearing simple clothing, hearing, he begins to walk. And so walking out, Raja Janak recognized that nobody extended any assistance to him. And so they all looked at him in scorn. And so this made him very miserable. This made him very miserable. And so while walking out, what will happen? Something happens. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. 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 Sab nag kota adish diya ka. जनक हरा जन दीक दिया का अखिल मितला शरदुक पाए जिसे कहनी कर राजन पाए रमा भजु रमा भजु रमा भजु बाए रमा भजु रमा भजु रमा भजु बाए Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bhai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. 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 Raja Janak walked out and he was very fearful, he was frightened. What makes you frightened? What makes you fearful? What creates fear in your mind? Listen to what Raja Janak became frightened about. He knew that if the other neighboring kings that were his enemies found out that this was his fate, though he was not the king, but because of the experience that he shared with him, they will come searching for him and they will destroy him. And this made him frightened. What does a friend look like? What does an enemy look like? I've been asking that since June. Because of my own experiences, I've been asking that. I've been asking that to you. What does the friend look like? What does the enemy look like? Raja Janak is frightened, thinking that if they find out, they will come searching for him. And so Raja Janak, this makes him frightened. He's trembling with fear. But as Raja Janak continues to walk, what will happen? Tired and hungry, Raja Janak hears something. What is he hearing? In a distance he's hearing a bean is calling. And who is this bean calling and what is this bean saying? You know, sometimes, long ago as children, we will hear the little bell ringing. Do you remember that? And it wasn't the bell from the puja, but a bell like the puja bell. And in a distance you'll hear the bell. And what will come to mind? Oh, you all know? Or sometimes you will hear the little horn. But then sometimes you'll hear a little ping pong, that kind of music. What came to mind? Huh? And how much times as children we stop the van without our parents knowing, and mother has no money and we make an order? Huh? How much times we have done that? Raja Janak, he hears a call. Just like that bell makes a call. That bell is to call you, you know. That bell works the magic. It says, come, here I am. Spend your money. Huh? That's why, you know, you don't know this. But in the grocery, when you go to cash, on the counter right there, they put the things that your eye will catch on to, that you don't need right away, but you'll put it in your purse like the chewing gum. You find it right there. You know why? Because it creates an impulse. I don't need it now, but you know a day will come I wouldn't brush my teeth and I'll need a chewing gum. You think that, and you grab hold of the chewing gum immediately. They put the things that catch your eye. And do you know what catch your eye? Anything shining and glimmery. Do you know? Like the caramel. You just can't leave it because the paper gold and shining. You don't need it, but it creates a... They put the preserves. You know why? From the time you see it, your mouth begins to water. Huh? And they put it there. So it creates an impulse. It attracts you. And so Raja Janak, hearing the call, something attracts him. He's hungry. What is the call? Listen, it tells us. भेदले कहा राजन होई, भेदले कहा राजन होई, बीत हमांग होगन होई। जय राम श्री रामा, जय जय रामा, जय राम श्री जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा, जय राम श्री रामा, जय जय रामा, जय राम श्री रामा, जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय रामा, जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय रामा, जय जय रामा, जय राम श्री सिमरते जय जय, जय राम श्री जय जय, श्री राम जय रामा, जय जय रामा। Raja Janak, in his dream, he's hearing the call, and the call is saying, come, food is being served. And as Raja Janak goes and makes his way to this place, Raja Janak recognizes that this is the dham, the home of Devi Mata. It is a beautiful mandir dedicated to the Devi, but he reaches in time to see the gate being closed. That's the time he reached, to see the gate being closed. And Raja Janak started to cry because he has missed his opportunity. And so crying like this, Raja Janak falls to the ground. And Raja Janak is asking in his mind, what kind of paap is this? What is paap? What kind of paap have I committed to suffer this fate of not having food? Having so much and now having... We go to the kitchen and we lift up the cover over there and we look at what is cooked and we cover it back. Me and feeling to eat that. You want to ensure that I eat? Make something with macaroni. It has some kind of jadoo in that I just can't say no to. Even if you're making the soup, you have to put It has some kind of magic. But when I say eat, in time gone by, I ate like a bhogi. Now I eat like a yogi. Little. Very little. And I'm not eating little because I can't eat plenty, you know. I'm eating little because my foreparents taught me, eat little and live. That's what they taught me. Eat little and live long. And so Raja Janak started to cry. And as Raja Janak felt disappointed, weak, hungry, and dizzy, he started taking pity on himself. Have you ever felt sorry for yourself? Have you ever felt sorry for yourself? We want everybody to feel sorry for us, isn't it? We want everybody to feel sorry for us. True or not? In their mind, Hanuman meets with Vibhishan, the brother of Ravana. And he's meeting Vibhishan for the first time. Vibhishan is introducing himself to Hanuman. And here what Vibhishan is saying to Hanuman, you don't feel sorry for me? Hanuman looks at Vibhishan and he says, feel sorry for you? Why? And Vibhishan says, well, I'm living here in Lanka and I'm like the tongue between all the teeth. Anytime I slip, I'll be bitten. Listen to the description he's giving of himself. And Hanuman started to laugh. Hanuman said, Vibhishan, when a child is born, which one comes first, the tongue or the teeth? Huh? When the baby is born with the tongue or the teeth, see? The tongue. And before you die, like when you reach my age, what leave first, the tongue or the teeth? Papa, how you know? Hanuman says, Vibhishan, you're sitting here and crying that you're the tongue. You should be grateful because you know why? The teeth could fall out any time. But the tongue will remain fixed. And so you're in a good position. We sit down and we cry, but there are people worse off than us. We sit down and we think that our situation is bad. But you know what? We have not learned to make the best out of the bad situation. Because what you consider to be bad and turbulent is paradise to somebody else. Baba, I had a divorce with my husband and he's remarried, and you know he's treated that lady real good. I want to tell you something. You think he will change? You think the situation will be different? When they're in front of you, they have to laugh and talk and kuchi coo to make you jealous. But when they're home, it's the same person. Nothing has changed. Do you know? There is a proverb that says, the only time when there will be change is when you genuinely make an effort to change. But many times you can take somebody out of the, but you can't take the out of. Oh, you all know? Narayan, connectivity. Raja Janak started to cry, seeing the Mate jana teri ayodhya chhod ke. Rama ho Ram re phool mate jana teri ayodhya chhod ke. दूध लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए, दूध लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए, दूध लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए, दूध लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए। तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तेरे अयोध्या छोड़ के। रामा हो राम रे भूल मत जाना, तेरे अयोध्या जोड़ के। धूप लाया तेरे लिए, धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए। तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तेरे अयोध्या छोड़ के। हे हे रामा हो राम रे, दूर मत जाना तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
रामा हो राम रे, दूर मत जाना तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
फूल लाया पल्ल लाया तेरे लिए, फूल लाया पल्ल लाया तेरे लिए, फूल लाया पल्ल लाया तेरे लिए, फूल लाया पल्ल लाया तेरे लिए। तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तुझको चराऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तेरे अयोध्या छोड़ के। हे हे रामा हो राम रे, भूल मत जाना तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
रामा हो राम रे, भूल मत जाना तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के,
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के,
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के।
जगदम्बा दुर्गा माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय। With flowers in hand, we appreciate worship the divine goddess Adi Shakti, she whose strength, whose might, whose power cannot be measured. We pray to you with faith, with love and with conviction. O Ma Durga, may you accept our puja on this most potent and powerful night dedicated to your worship. O Devi, we bow to you in humble adorations. Be pleased with us, be pleased with us, we beg of you. Hari Om Sri Ganesha Namah, Sri Saraswate Namah, Sri Guru Charana Kamanebhyo Govinda Namo Namah. वक्रतुंडा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ह्रीं बटुकापद्वारन कुर्वट्का ओम नमः शिवाय, ह्रीं बटुकापद्वारन कुर्वट्का ओम नमः शिवाय, ह्रीं बटुकापद्वारन कुर्वट्का ओम नमः शिवाय। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरणे त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। भगवती माता की जय। We offer मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पार्वती नाथाय, मंगलाय तनूहरि। ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुंडाय विचे नमः। Lovingly we sprinkle water on all the ingredients and oblations, praying for purification. Om Pavitra Pavitra Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yasmaret Pundarekaksha Sabahim Tara Suchi. We ignite the flames in our ears. May Mahalakshmi be the Sakshi, the witness to our puja. O Mahalakshmi, please come. Om Shubham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukhasam Param Mama Shatru Vinashadi Pajotir Namostute. Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. We're about to perform worship to the divine goddess. May you wash away all our problems, all our sickness, all distresses from in our pathway. We give thanks to you for the many kind mercies you have bestowed upon us, for the gift of clothing, for the gift of the senses of seeing, smelling, tasting, and being able to touch, being able to hear. We give thanks to you, O Ma, for taking away all our troubles, all our problems. And as we pour these oblations on this most potent and powerful night, O Ma Durga, may you receive these offerings and may you bestow upon us maximum blessings in return. We beg of you, O Bhagavati, listen to our prayer. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया। अर्घ्यं चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो अर्घ्यं चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
अर्घ्यं चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो अर्घ्यं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
symbolic of clothing. वस्त्रं चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो वस्त्रं चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
वस्त्रं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो वस्त्रं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
रक्षा चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो रक्षा चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
रक्षा चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो रक्षा चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो रक्षा चराओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। चंदन
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
चंदन चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो चंदन चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
चंदन चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो चंदन चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
चंदन चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो चंदन चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
चंदन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो चंदन चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो चंदन चराओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा। गंधं चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो गंधं चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
गंधं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो गंधं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो गंधं चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
हरदी चराओ दुर्गा मैया, दुर्गा मैया।
हल्दी चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो हल्दी चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
सिंदूर चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
सिंदूर चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्बम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो दुर्बम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्बम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो दुर्बम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नीम पत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नीम पत्र चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
माला चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा
नमो नमो अम्बे दुखहरणी, निरंकार है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तिहु लोक पहली उजियारी। शशिल लाते मुख महाविशाला, नेत्र लाले भृकुटी विकलाला। रूप माटी को अधिक सुतावे, दर्श करन जन की सुख पावे। तुम संसार शशिलय कीन्हा, पाल नहीं तू अन्न दन दीना। अन्नपूर्ण होई जगपाला, तुम आदि हो सुंदरी बाला। प्रणय काले सपनाशनहारी, तुम गौरी शिव शंकरी प्यारी। शिवयोगी तुम्हारे गुण गावे, ब्रह्मा विष्णु तुम्हें नित्य जावे। रूप सरस्वती का तुम दारा, देश फूट ऋषि मुनियो भारा। दरे रूप नरसिंह को अम्बा, प्रगट भई पर कीन विकम्बा। रक्षा करे प्रहलाद बचायो, हिरण्याक्ष को स्वर पछतायो। लक्ष्मी रूप धरो जग माही, श्री नारायण ने अंग समानी। चीर सिंधु में करत विलासा, दया सिंधु ने जय मलयासा। हिंगलाज में तुम ही भवानी, महिमा अमित न जात बता। मातंगी भूमावती माता, भुवनेश्वरी भगला सुखदाता। श्री भैरव तारा जगतारिणी, सिन भवे वर दूत निवारिणी। हे हरिवाहन सोहि भवानी, लंगुर वीर चलत अभिमानी। कर में पर करत विलाजे, जाकुटे कादर ही बाजे। सोमे अस्त्र ही त्रिशूला, जाते उतर शत्रु ही शूला। नागपोत में तुम ही विराजत, तिहु लोक में लंका बाजत। शुंभ निशुंभ डाने तुम मारे, रक्त बीज संतन संहारे। महिषासुर नीरत अभिमानी, जय अंबार में ही अनुकाली। रूप काली को काली हो डारा, सेन सहित तुम ही संवारा। परिगर संतन पर जब जब, बैशती माँ तुम हो तब तब। अन्नपूर्ण ओ बसहु लोका, तब महिमा सब रही अशोका। बाल में ज्योति तुम्हारी, तुम सदन पूजत नर नारी। प्रेम भक्ति से जो नर गावे, दुख दरिद्र निकट नहीं आवे। दानव तुम जो मन नन लाई, जन्म मरण तो की चुकी जाए। जोगी सुर मुनि कहत पुकारा, जोगन हो बिन शक्ति तुम्हारा। शंकर आचारा तप कीनो, काम क्रोध जीते सब लीनो। निस दिन जानि धरो शंकर को, कहु काल नहीं सुमिरो तुमको। शक्ति रूप को मरण न पाया, शक्ति गई तब मन पछताया। शरणागत हुई गिर की बकानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। भय प्रसन्न आदि जगदम्बा, देशते नहीं कीन विकम्बा। मोको मातु कष्ट तिगेरो, तुम बिन कौन हरि दुख मेरो। आशा तृष्णा निपत सतावे, रिपु मूरख मुहियत कटी दर पावे। शत्रुनाश की जय महारानी, सुमेरो एक चित तुम ही भवानी। करहु कृपा हे मातु दयाला, रिद्धि सिद्धि दे करहु निराला। जब लग जियो दया पल पाओ, तुम बिनयास में सदन सुनाओ। तेरी चालीसा जो कोई गावे, सब सुख भोग परम पर पावे। शरणागत हुई गिर की बखानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। शरणागत हुई गिर की बखानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। मोको शरण शरण नित जाई, करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे,
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 ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे, ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे, ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे,
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे,
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे,
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे।
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डायै विचे।
ओम जयंती काली मंगला काली, भद्रकाली कपालिनी, दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री, स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्मावे ब्रह्मगणो ब्रह्मणाहुतं, ब्रह्मागतेन कन्ताव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मा समारिणाम्। ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ममस्तु कृष्णार्पणम्। दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
ओ दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
काली कपालिनी 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 मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
ओ दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
दुर्गा भवानी मां, जय जय अम्बे मां।
ब्रह्मसुपारी पुंगी फलं म्या देवा नागबलीदलायुक्त, लाल चूर्णार्थं ताम्बूलं प्रतीग्रहीताम्। May you bless us with long life, free of sickness and distress. We beg of you, O Bhagavati Mata, may you be pleased with us. Adorations unto thee again and again. We offer clove. Om Lavang Karpur Sanyuktam Tambulam Surpujite. Lavang Karpur Sanyuktam Tambulam Pratigretam. Tambulam Samarpayami. Aim Him Krim Chamundaye Viche Namah. Aim Him Krim Chamundaye Viche Namah. We offer drops of water. Papuham Papakarmam Papatmam Pundarikaksha. Trahimam Pundarikaksha. Sarva Papa Haro Hari Punatu Punatu. Om Namah Chandika Namah. Om Namah Chandika Namah. Om Namah Chandika Namah. We offer now Dakshina. Om Hiranyagarbha Samarthatagre Bhutasya Jata Pitrikayasi Saradharam Prithvimna Dakshina Danam Maham Karikshe. Om Shukla Shukla Maharudre Mahashakti Mahutare Mahapapahare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Sweet Bhatare Devi Nananankaru Svetani Jagatstute Jaganmata Mahalakshmi Namostute. We offer flowers, symbolic of all love, to you, O Ma Durga. May you be pleased with us. Adorations on 3 again and again. Mallittarani Sugandhini Mallittarani Ve Prabhu Mayatani Pujatam Pushpani Pratigretam Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansarisaram Bhujagendraram Saravasantam Hiryarvinde Bhavam Vani Setam Namami Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
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 Jagadodarini 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 Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
O Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
O Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
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 प्रेमवाहिनी माँ
प्रेमवाहिनी माँ
प्रेमवाहिनी माँ
प्रेमवाहिनी माँ
ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ
ज्ञानवाहिनी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जगदोदारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोदारिणी दुर्गा भवानी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ,
शारदा भवानी माँ,
शारदा भवानी माँ,
शक्ति भवानी माँ,
शक्ति भवानी माँ,
जननी माँ, जय जग जननी 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 माँ,
जय जग जननी माँ,
जय जग जननी माँ,
जय जग जननी माँ,
जय जग जननी माँ,
जय जग जननी माँ। श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः,
ज्योतिगर कहाँ दिए स्थान, माता पिता रहता, वा अपने कहाँ बीता, प्यार हंसी परतता, श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम, श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम, श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम,
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः, श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः.
The Katha begins by saying, in a very small town, living in a very small home, there was a mother. And so she dwelt there with her ek putra. Ek putra means one son. She had love, she had affection, she had emotions that she expressed to her son, and there was no amount of measure that could be used to describe the love and the affection that she had for her son. How much love do you have for your children? How much love do you have for your children? Parents love their children, but parents love their grandchildren. True or not? What the children couldn't do, the grandchildren they are allowed to do. Sometimes the grandmother have to put a tablet under the tongue. Because in her whole marriage, she never got an ice cream. But the little child say ice cream, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the grandfather in the quick shop. She's confused, the kind of jaru, the kind of magic that is happening. It says, having this son, her love, there was no amount of measure, but there was something about him. Ped anda hote tatha karne hai. He was blind in both eyes. He could not see. And being blind in both eyes, what will happen? Can you imagine if you can't see what life will be like? Have you given thought? If you are blind, what will happen? Coming to the Yagna every evening is a lady who is visually impaired. She can't see at all. And I sat by the table and I listened to her kahani, her story. You know what she said? One day, idly, they made their way to Maracas beach. And while walking on the beach, suddenly everything became blurred and then black. And she lost her vision there. And she made her way to the doctor and she made her way trying to find help. But nobody could help. And from that point onwards, she became blind in both eyes. We have eyes, and do you know what we see? We see all the things we are not supposed to see. And that's a fact, it is the truth. We look for faults and imperfections, and we look to find some kind of to criticize and condemn and to make trouble all the time. And so being blind in both eyes, what will happen? Mother every day, religiously, she will do something. What will she do? Listen, it tells us. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. Sing with me, everybody. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. Har din apna haata prakar mandir teja, va apni kaha रूपा देक निर्धन देतथा श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम 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 Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. Every day, Raat or Din. Raat means what? Raat means? Din means? Raat or Din. Raat means night and Din means day. Raat or Din, night and day. She will hold his hand and she will take him to the mandir. She will carry him to the mandir, morning and evening. You have eyes and you could see. When you get invited to go to the mandir, you know what you say? I can't drive in the night. That's what you say. When you get invited to go to the puja, you make all the excuses. Well, I go see na. Huh? And then Mother Durga say, well, I go bless you na. Just the energy, the effort you put into coming to me is the energy and the effort I'll put into blessing you. Scripture declares this. Every scripture and every religion says that when 1 and 2 and 3 gather thinking about God, Bhagwan, God himself comes. Bhagwan himself comes and accepts the oblations. It says that when we pray congregationally, the energy, the shakti, the strength of our worship can't be measured. It says we are supposed to pray with bhakti. What is bhakti again? What is bhakti? Devotion. And out of our bhakti, we're supposed to get Shakti. What is Shakti again? Shakti is power, strength, energy. Huh? And out of our Shakti, we're supposed to get onto the pathway of Mukti. What is Mukti? Mukti is never returning in the cycle of birth and death again. Mukti means to merge in oneness with Paramatma, with Bhagwan. Mommy, where you want to go when you die? Heaven, huh? Dave, where you want to go? You're taking too long to answer. Where you want to go? Not where you think you're going, where you want to go. Huh? Sasi, where you want to go? Heaven? I don't know about you. I don't want to die in the first place. Much less to go anywhere. Because we have only heard about a place called heaven. Do you know? We don't know what heaven is like or if it even exists. But we know about now and here. So why can't we turn here into heaven now? And enjoy heavenly bliss while we're alive? Why do you have to wait until you're dead to go to a place called heaven and meet with a man called God? While we live and we look around, everybody we see is, oh God. Huh? When we reach the place called heaven, will we meet God? Experience God. Experience goodness. Experience heaven now and here. Don't wait. It says, he was totally dependent on his mother. Who are you totally dependent on? Can you save yourself by yourself? There's some husbands, if the wife died, they dead too, you know. If the wife don't say babe, you know what happened? None of that happening. If the wife don't say wear good clothing, you know what happened? Put on the short pants with a big hole in it and go anywhere, you know. The mothers of the home, they are the upholders of everything, you know. Even the upholders of dharma, do you know? Because they have to say fasting, now is the time to fast. They have to say now is the time to do the puja. And they have to give the every instruction. And if they don't give an instruction and they don't give it with authority, you know what happens? All falls. I'm telling you that, and the thunder rolling. You hearing the thunder? Hearing the thunder? It says, he was totally dependent on his mother. But after living many years, one morning he got up. And as he got up, he observed something. What will he observe? Listen. Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama. Sing with me. Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama. एक दिन जब ऊपर था अभी लगा का जननी नहीं आया उसकी को झहरी का श्री दुर्गा शरणम ममा 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 श्री दुर्गा शरणम ममा. एक दिन एक means what? एक means din. Din is one day. What kind of kahani you could tell about one day? Huh? You know, there are many bhajans that talk about ek din. Listen to one of the bhajans. एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, जग चला जाता है सारा इसका कौन चिताना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है. You know what it's saying? Huh? One day everything will come to an end. One day everything will just suddenly stop and come to an end. We take it for granted we have plenty time, you know. We take it for granted that we're here for a long, long time and we're saving and planning for our future and depriving ourselves today. We're not making ourselves happy in today because we are thinking about days to come. But what if those days never come? एक दिन झूठी जाए संसार, एक दिन झूठी जाए संसार. Jhoot means what? Jhoot means what? Jhoot means to tell untruth, to lie. What kind of world we live in? We live in a world where nothing is promised. Nothing is promised. The sunshine is not promised, nor the rain is promised. Strange, huh? In parts of the world, they're praying for rain. And in parts of the world, they're drowning with flood. In parts of the world, they're praying that there will be growth and productivity. And in some parts of the world, they're overpopulated with trees, etc. And they're destroying, they're trying to destroy. See? It says, एक दिन, one day, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama.
He found it strange. His mother did not come to wake him up. She'll wake him up. Do you know there are some parents, they have to wake up the children? And if they don't go to wake up the children, the chances are the children will never get up. They will sleep through the whole day. Because you know why? We don't censor the activity of the children. So the children are awake all night. And then when the time comes to wake up and to function, they can't. In our days, you ate dinner and you went straight in your bed. And if you didn't go, you know what will happen? There was a mantra that will be chanted in the home at 8 o'clock in the night. And 8 o'clock is when all the nice movies and shows and everything will start. Because 7 to 8 is news time. Just like how 11 to 12 in the day was Young and Restless. 7 to 8 is news. But after that, all the nice shows will start from 8 to 9, 9 to 10. And when I tell you in my growing up days what the nice shows were, shows like MacGyver and that kind of thing, you remember that? Huh? But you have to be like me to know about that. Huh? Amir, you ever heard about that? No, you see, you're young. But you have to be like me and then you'll know. And those shows were so interesting that you wanted to see. But the mantra at 8 o'clock will be, take off the TV and go in your... You didn't have a phone where you could hook up to the Wi-Fi and hide under your pillow and look at the movie still. You had to take off the TV and go in your bed. But do you know the unfortunate thing? Even though you hide and put on the TV, the homes were designed in such a way that all the rooms, they were connected because of these fancy blocks and... Remember that? Now everything blocked up because we like air condition. Huh? You have to have an air condition. You have to have a unit before you can sleep. And then the rays of the TV will flash into the different rooms and they will know, so you'll get caught. And you know when you got caught, what will happen? It wasn't nothing like it was night or morning or lunchtime. A ritual will happen after you got caught doing something wrong. What's the ritual? Clothes wrap, mop handle, pot spoon, dabla, anything that the mothers catch hold of. That's what they will use, you know. And if they couldn't hit you, then they were sure to pelt you with something. Huh? Once, depending on how upset you got them. True or not? And so, he recognized that she did not come. And so this made him worried, concerned. It was not normal. And so he crept into the room of his mother. And creeping to the room of his mother, what will happen? Listen, he tells us. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Nama, Sri Durga Sharanam Nama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama.
Sri Durga Sharanam Nama, Sri Durga Sharanam Nama.
बा उसके कह छोड़ा गए गाड़ी गर्भ दी तथा बा उसके पासा रोना रोना लग गया श्री दुर्गा शरणम ममा श्री दुर्गा sing with everybody I want to hear you sing श्री दुर्गा Sri Durga Sharan. One more time. Sri Durga. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. He made his way into his mother's room. And from a distance, he's calling out of respect. From a distance, he's calling out of respect. Have you ever had to summon somebody's attention, but from a distance, you begin to call? Especially if you know, like, they might be in the washroom or you don't know what is happening. From a distance, you summon that you're coming so that that person will tell you come or don't come. Have you ever done that before? If you know anything about me, you will know that I don't close any door. Whether where I go, the bathroom, the bedroom, wherever I go, I don't close the doors. I leave the door open. Some people have a query and they say, you're not afraid? Afraid of what? Whether your door closed or open, what has to happen will happen, isn't it? If your door is closed and somebody wants to come in there, what will happen? They will say, oh, the door closed, let me go back home. It says, he entered into the room and so he felt the feet of his mother. And holding on to the foot of his mother, he recognized Mar gaya. Mar gaya means she has died. He's blind, he can't see. And so he's coming to the conclusion that she has died. He holds on to her body and he begins to cry. He's holding on to the body and he's crying. In one of our Thursday Havans, we spoke about Sanskrit words. And we spoke about how one word could have multitude meanings. And so there are no amount of words sufficient enough to explain that one word. And that one word could mean a mountain of different things. The pain of death, especially when it's the pain that pertains to mother, there are no amount of words that you could use to describe that. Whether how you try to describe how you're feeling in your heart, because that feeling comes from your heart, you're never able to. Can you tell? The people who have lost mother, can you tell? And it is a pain that doesn't get easier with time and it doesn't go away. Because we wish that mother would have still been around. True or not? We wish. I did not lose my mother, but I lost my grandmother. It is a pain, it is a hurt, it is an emotion that if I go to describe it to you, there are no amount of words that I could use to make you understand. You'll never understand. And so, holding on to her body, he begins to cry and he begins to shake her. Shaking her. He's talking to her, but no reply will come. Can you remember what that experience was like? Can you remember? For those who have lost their mothers, can you remember what that experience is like? There are people here who still have their mother. And their mother is at a ripened age. I want to tell you, treat your mother with love and with respect and with affection, Because how you treat your mother is a direct indication of how your children will treat. Always remember that. And we say, not my children, they wouldn't treat me so. You have planted a seed and it will bring forth a fruit. And if you plant corn, what you'll get out of it? Tamarind? Huh? If you plant peas, what you'll get out of it? Shatai? The seed that you have planted is exactly the fruit that you will get. And don't say not me, because it's the one that says not me is yourself. It's coming. There's a boomerang effect. You know what's boomerang? On the PS4. Say boomerang. Uppercut. You ever hear about those things, Dave? You have to be a boy. You're a man. Boys know about that, like me, you know. And so it says, holding on to the body, he begins to shake her. And so shaking her. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. Sing with me, everybody. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. Oh, ma. तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी बोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ। What kind of consideration do we have for our mother? What kind of consideration? How do we consider our mother? I never forget. One night, maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning, the president and Nigel and I, we were having a conversation. And she was saying that, you know, when mothers die or when fathers die, why did children really cry? Are they crying because they genuinely lost a friend? Or are they crying because now father is not there to provide for them? Are they crying because they have lost the maid? The mother is not there to wash and cook and clean and tell you, you know? Is that why you're crying? You're crying because of what they did for you, not because of them. If you can't do what you do, will you still be loved? Will you still be loved? But what you teach your children is what your children will do to you. Always remember that. So whatever you do, do it with pride. Because it is a lesson that you're teaching your children through your actions towards your parents. Shaking her and shaking her and shaking her. Crying and screaming. She can't reply. There are days when you wish that you could just hear that voice. There are days when you wish that you could just pick up the phone and call and say, Ma, dal and rice. There are days when you feel that you just need to hear or to just feel that hug from mother. But you know what? We take it for granted that mother will be around forever. I don't know about you. Have you ever seen what I do to my mother? Have you ever seen? If you would have seen what I do to my mother, you would never begin to imagine what I did to my grandmother. I will pull her photo off the bed and I'll put her to sit up and I say, you sleeping? And she was snoring. And I say, I know you're not sleeping, you know. She said, no, what do you want? I say, I want some Milo. I'm hungry. Can I have some toast bread and cheese? She said, give me 1 minute. And she will stretch and come off her bed, whatever time, and she will go and make it. With no hesitation. None. But you know what? Now I want a toast bread and cheese. You know what I have to do? You know what I have to do? And when you have to make it yourself, you know what you do? Go to sleep hungry. Drink some water. But you never miss that luxury until you don't have it. You never miss that. The best dal and rice you ever eat is from your mother. True or not? She had a unique way of chunking the dal with some some burnt garlic. Huh? Now you know the health benefit of it. When you go in the pot, you grab the burnt garlic to eat it. But when you were small, you used to look at it and you say cockroach inside of the pot. Huh? You laugh at it. What's the best dish your mother makes? Dal. What's the best dish your mother makes? Dal puri. What's the best dish your mother makes? Can't remember? Everything nice? Cindy, what's the best dish your mother made? Baji? I don't have to ask you. Everything your mother make tastes good. And I don't have to ask Rukmin because you know why? You know why? All Rukmin did was eat. She got up in time to eat. And after she was done eating, she went back to sleep. But she knows for a fact that everything she ate from that kitchen tastes good. I was telling in the car yesterday, I was talking with Swami and I said, the best barbadine I ever drank was when my grandmother made it. And he said, why? She used to blend it? I said, no, she used to ghote it. But she ghote in it with her hand. You know what's ghote? Ghote means to take the dal gutni and swizzle. But she's doing it with her hand. And I said to him, I said, she's squeezing and she's leaving the seed and the pulp and everything inside of there. And when you're drinking, you're getting some seed and some fragments of the fruit and the milk and everything in there. And you have to eat and chew and bite out the little piece of thing around the seed. And it was exciting. And he said, yeah, your grandmother was lazy. She's supposed to take out that seed because you're not supposed to eat the seed. And I said to him, I said, you know, I don't think she was lazy. I think she was intelligent. You know why? You know why? It was plenty of us and a little bit. So by the time you got a cup and you finished, tried to clean the seed and everything else, your stomach saying no more. And everybody got from that little bit. You see how intelligent the old people were? You see how brilliant they were? And in my mind I'm saying that that's the reason why she did that. So that everybody will get. But by the time you were done, you didn't want more. Because your jaw have a unique way that if you could talking, you could talk forever, you know. But if you're eating and it requires your jaw and you think about chewing, your jaw automatically becomes tired. True or not? Have you ever experienced that? Your jaw becomes tired. If you're chewing gum, your jaw never becomes tired, you know. But if you're eating something that requires the use of your jaw, the jaw kind of pain a little. You never experienced that? You have to be old like me. And then you have to have some kind of borrowed teeth like me too. It says, by the way, I have no borrowed teeth. It says, shaking her, no reply will come. And so as no reply comes, he goes to the place that he knows to go. And he goes on his own. Are your children programmed or have any idea of how to do something on their own when it comes to praying? Can they do something on their own when it comes to praying? Every child in the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, every Thursday, during the time of COVID, they sat in their home and they did the Hawan. They prepared everything. I came up with a clever idea and I said to our president, request that everybody send pictures so we could see how they set up. I was very, very impressed. One day, we will post this archive on the Ganesh Utsav Foundation page so that you will see during the time of COVID what kind of thing was happening. But every child will be able to prepare for the Hawan. Every child will be able to set up and every child knows what offering is going when and what to do and how to do it. And every child. Practice makes. But you know, we want to put up 5 jandi, 10 jandi, 9 jandi, one day for the year. And when we do that, then we say, you know, that good until next year. Same time again. So when you put up the jandi, you say, God, same time next year, I put in the date. God say, I bless you, same time next 5 years. Until you wake up and realize that you don't plant a jandi one day for me. Pray to me every day. You're depending on me every day. Give thanks to me every day. He makes his way to the mandir. But as he goes to the mandir, you know what he does? सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी
Sing with me, everybody. सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
उसका मंदिर जानता रास्ता बना होता मूर्ति महाकालिका देकर प्रार्थना होता देकर पेरो आशीर्वाद देकर पेलो धन्यवाद उसने पूजता आया मूर्ति जबे दिया था सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वगे सर्वरगे सर्वदुष्ट भयंकरी सर्वदुःखहरी देवी महादेवी नमोस्तुते सूक्ष्म सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरी महापापहरी देवी महादेवी नमोस्तुते परमस्थिते देवी पारब्रह्मा स्वरूपिणी परमेश्वरी जगन्माता महादेवी नमोस्तुते सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्र मूर्ति सदा देवी महादेवी नमोस्तुते सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते
He reached up and he made his way to the murti and he held on to the leg, the feet of the murti. We come every night to do the arti for the Devi. Every night we come to do the arti for the Devi. But how much of us ever held on to the feet of the Devi? How much of us ever felt the feet of the Devi? Where is the foot of the Devi? Where? Huh? How much of us touched her hand? She has a hand up. You know, if you lift your hand like this, what the person in front of you will do? Huh? What they will do? They'll give you a high five. Huh? They'll lift their hand and give you a high five. How much of you took your hand and touched the hand of Ma Durga? Huh? Don't give her a high five before you break out a hand. But how much of you touched the murti of Devi? How much? When you meet somebody you love and you meet somebody you have affection for, what you do? Hug them and give them a kiss. When is the last time you took up your murti and you held the murti close to your hand and gave to your heart and gave the murti a hug? When is the last time you did that? You know when you'll do that? The day you have trouble. You hold the murti and you put the murti close to your heart and you're bawling and crying and you have no trouble. You know what happened? You put the murti over the kitchen stove. When you're chunking, all kind of thing, all the fumes going on the murti. Anything you're cooking, the fumes going, and you see the child sneeze. The Pandit don't have to tell you that you have to have respect for the murti, you know. You out of your own consciousness, you're supposed to know that I'm supposed to have respect for my murti. That's my God, that's my emblem. We do all the mischief in front of the murti, you know. And we say, well, I didn't pray, so they're not watching. Huh? When God is not looking? When is God not looking at what is happening? When? Our dharma says, do not only see God in Father, but see God in... If dharma didn't say that, you know what will happen to the mother? What will happen? Think about how children treat the mother now. Though scripture has said that. And if scripture didn't say that, what will happen? What may be the fate of mother? But you know when you remember the mother? When you remember mother, there is a day you celebrate mother. What day is that? What day is Mother's Day? Mother's Day is every day. Every day is supposed to be Mother's Day. Hold on to the foot of the Murti. And he's recognizing something, you know. He's recognizing that this is feeling just like the foot of his mother. He's wondering what kind of jadoo. Jadoo means what? What kind of jadoo is this? What kind of magic? Because he can't see. He's depending solely on feeling. When I go to the blind lady and I go next to her and I touch her, she immediately holds my hand. When she holds the hand, you know what she's feeling for? The bracelet. She say, Baba, is you. And I say, how you know it's me? She say, I know it's you. I say, I'm smelling bad. She say, no, I'm feeling for the bearer. That's how I know. Not the smell, the feel, the touch. I know it is you. She said, and then Baba, you're the only person who will come and touch me. So I know it is you. The minute you're impaired, everybody looks down at you, you know. Everybody looks down at you because you're impaired. But do you know when you have the opportunity to serve somebody who is impaired, you have secured a great blessing? Great merit will come out of that. Do you know? When you have the opportunity to push the wheelchair, push it, you know. When you have the opportunity to hold the hand of some old person, I was asking her one night idly, right here in the Yagna. There are two people who love and their love is pure. Their love is unconditional and pure. They don't pretend. Two people that you'll meet in the world. Two people. You know who is that? Mother and father? No. Who is it? You got part of it correct. They said child, a child. A child's love is pure. The child loves with no condition. True or not? The child loves with no condition and the child's love is always pure. True? But you know whose love is pure again? You see the old people? If they love you and they bless you, they love you, you know. But you see if they don't like you, they have no problem with telling you I don't like you, you know. Do you know? I feel like I old. Because I feel like I'm the same way too. If I like you, I will embrace you. And if I don't like you, you know what happened? I lie, you wouldn't even know the difference. You wouldn't even know the difference. Because I'll treat you the very same way. He holds on to the Murti and he's asking, why me? Why is this happening to me? And shockingly, the Murti speaks. If Ma Durga spoke tonight, what will you do? Ma Kali right next to you. If she said something to you, what you'll do? Just when you're running, don't jump over me. Or you'll hold on. You wouldn't run. Well, by now, you should not run. You should know that once you pray with conviction, the Murtis will absorb, will listen, and will reply. We know that. The Murti spoke, and he's asking, why me? And the Devi says, because of your past karma. The Murti is talking. Because of your past karma. What were you in your last life? Huh? Sharon, what were you in your last life? Sean, what were you in your last life? What were you in your last life? Barry, you think you were MP in your last life? Huh? What you were? Omati, what were you in your last life? Prabhu wife, you're sure about that, huh? Carol, what were you in your last life? Auntie Shirley, what were you in your last life? You think you were doing the camera thing? Huh? Think there were cameras? Don't know. Amir, what were you in your last life? Drumsy? Huh? Were you drumsy? Sintra, what were you in your last life? Nightingale? The singing nightingale? Sharon, what were you in your last life? Tabla or babla? Huh? Because of your past karma, because of what you have done in the past, And he says, please tell me. Tell me, I want to know what I did in the past. And so she begins to tell. She says, you were born into a very wealthy home. And you starved and suffered for nothing. But you are a great gambler. And a thief. And so stealing and gambling, this was your hobby. But one night you came home, hungry and angry. You ever hear the proverb? A hungry man is a... Is that true? Before you go to shop and before you go to do anything, you must make sure your stomach is full. Because anytime you go to shop with an empty stomach, you know what you do? You buy what you don't need. So husband, make sure you feed your wife before you carry her to the expo. You'll not come home with extra baggage. You'll come home with the appropriate amount. It's sad. She said, you came home angry and hungry. And so your mother was asleep and so you woke up for food. And so she was preparing puri. What is puri? Puri. What is puri? Now I want to tell you, puri is anything that has to be cooked with or in oil. It is called a puri. Dal, puri. But pulori, it has to be fried in oil. It is a puri. And so, as she placed the harya means the pot, on the chulha. Chulha means the fireside. She was about to fry the puri. And he was impatient and angry and find that she was not doing it quick enough. You ever felt impatient? Ever went to the restaurant and ordered food? Order a whole set of thing, impatient, and when it all come, nobody could eat it, it's too much. Ever experienced that before? Huh? And you think that, you're hungry and you're waiting, so when the food come, I'll well eat. You mean your eye will well be full. Huh? Because you can't eat. When you see a mountain of food in front of you, automatically the stomach says, I'm full. And so, he took the hot oil and he doused it on his mother. Damaging her eyes, she could not see. She fell to the ground and he kicked her up and down several times. And so the Devi says, she suffered. She suffered alone and painfully. Your suffering is your suffering, do you know? Whether how much you try to describe your pain and how you're feeling, nobody will never understand, do you know? The old people trying to explain to the young people, I'm feeling sick, I'm not feeling to move. And they say, get up, you're lazy. Huh? But we didn't give thought to the kind of experience they had when they were growing up. Because their experience and their way of living was totally different to ours. They eat, you know what they eat for breakfast? Flour pap. You know what they had for lunch? Doodh piti. You know what they had for dinner? Huh? Corn roti and tomatoes. And you know where they get corn from? They grate it themselves. We have corn meal selling everywhere. You ever eat corn roti before? How does it taste? Not bad. Ever had corn dumpling before? It's like the best food, But you have to acquire taste for everything. And once you have acquired a taste, but our mind is designed in such a way that from the time you taste it, you twist up your mouth from here to Tobago. And we are not appreciative of anything. The Devi, she says, she suffered painfully and she suffered alone. But before she died, she left you a varadan, a gift. May you suffer just as I have suffered in many births to come. When your mother bless you, nobody, not even God, could take that blessing. But when your mother cries her bitter tears on you, nobody, not even God, could erase that too. May you not suffer in this birth, but may you suffer in many births to come. Knowing his experience and knowing his pain and his trouble, he begins to cry, tell me, how can I remove this? How can we undo what we have done? People get offended for the most petty, foolish, insignificant things. Do you know? People get upset for things that they should not get upset for. People get upset for things that have no concern to them. But we live in a world among people who just don't know how to mind their own business. And that's the sad truth. And so because of this, you have to learn to mind your business. And you have to learn how to be quiet all the time. To remain quiet. Well, I don't know, I saying you, but that has to be me too. Because I didn't learn that as yet. Because I voice. And when you speak out, you end up having plenty enemies, you know. But it's better to know your enemy is the enemy than to think that your enemy is the... It's better to know that the enemy is the enemy than to think that the enemy is your friend. And embrace. I know I will see Amir doing that on a TikTok tonight. It says, he's asking, how can I remove this sharp? And the Devi speaks. She's telling how he could remove the sharp. When things are going wrong, and we have to sit and analyze. When we look at the suffering and the pain of people around us, we say, but they were good and they did only good things, then why are they suffering? But it's not because of the actions that was performed now. It's the actions that was performed in previous births. Hinduism teaches us the law of karma, the cycle of birth and death, the law of reincarnation, taking on manifestations time after time. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, we were right here doing this very same thing in the past. We are right here doing this very same thing now. And we'll come back to do the very same thing again until we attain perfection and learn the lesson. Me too. Learn the lesson and be granted mukti, salvation. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama.
The Devi says, I cannot tell you how to remove this sharp but what I can tell you is that if you pray with conviction, the effects of this sharp will be nullified. That's why when you have a gra, the Baba said, do the gra puja. Not that the gra will go away, no, but it will pacify. It will bring some kind of peace in the turbulence. But you know what? Before you do any graha puja, and I say this with no apology, there is a certain amount of devotion that goes with that. And no pundit in this world could pray for your graha. You have to pray for your graha. You have to pray for your... Nobody could pray for you. Can I eat food for you? If I eat food, whose stomach becomes full? You tell the people going to the puja, pray for me, huh? Huh? Why don't you tell them, well, you go eat this week for me, huh? What will happen? What will happen? The only person that could pray for you is, and when you get an opportunity to pray, grab hold of the opportunity. Don't say I go try, and I go see, and I'm so busy. It's God who give you everything, you know. And it's God who is sending that invitation to you, you know. Who you think will send an invitation for prayers to you? It's God himself saying that you're on the chosen list. Sasi saying that she don't think that she's on the chosen list. And I went home with my brain smoking. Because you know why? You know why? We are selective. Very selective. Because that created a pain in my heart. Because you are chosen. You are already chosen. Then stand up in front. In the Bhagavad Gita, you know what Lord Krishna says? Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever there is a decline, he himself manifests. But to protect those who are virtuous. What kind of virtue do we have? How virtuous are we? When we're in the puja, we cover on, we head with the urnia, we're singing Jai Jagadisha Hare. When you're not in the puja, where is the virtue? Where is the elegance in the way you portray yourself? I say to the members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation all the time, there is a time to pray and there is a time to... When we are praying, we don't play. When we are praying, we pray genuinely to Bhagwan, to Paramatma. Tonight, the Devi says pray and it will help to nullify, to ease the pain of suffering. He falls at the feet of the Devi and he cries. But there is nothing he can do to change his faith. He has already secured this vardhan, this blessing. Do unto others as you'll have them do unto. Wish unto others as you will wish for your. Make peace with those around you. But more important than that, make peace with yourself. And then before you can make peace with anything or anybody else, you must be peaceful. And the doorway to living a happy life is Santosham Paramam Sukham. Learning to be contented. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama,
Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. Om Bhurva Swadhyani Surgunagni Avahyami Stapyami Pujyamscha. Sprinkle the water around the fire. Om Papuham Papkarmam Papatmam Kundari Kaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari Punatu Punatu. We take the pieces of wood, we dip them in the ghee, we offer them into the fire. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yona Prachoryat Swaha Idam Raatri Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yona Prachoryat Idam Raatri Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yona Prachoryat Idam Raatri Idam Namama. Now we pour the oblations of ghee into the sacred fire. Collectively we chant the Mahamantra Swaha. We get the equivalent blessing as though we are pouring the oblations, though you are not. In your mind, chant the Mahamantra Swaha as we pray that may all Devatas and Devis, they become pleased with us. Ekadantaya Vitme Vakritundaya Demi Tanno Dante Prachoryat. Ekadantaya Vitme Vakritundaya Demi Tanno Dante Prachoryat. Ekadantaya Vitme Vakritundaya Demi Tanno Dante Prachoryat. Hamsam Sai Vitme Paramam Sai Demi Tanno Hamsa Prachoryat. Hamsam Sai Vitme Paramam Sai Demi Tanno Hamsa Prachoryat. Hamsam Sai Vitme Paramam Sai Demi Tanno Hamsa Prachoryat. Tat Purushaya Vitme Mahadeva Demi Tanno Rudra Prachoryat. Purushaya Vitme Mahadeva Demi Tanno Rudra Prachoryat. Tat Purushaya Vitme Mahadeva Demi Tanno Rudra Prachoryat. Om Anjani Sutaya Vitme Vayuputra Demi Tanno Hanuman Prachoryat. Anjani Sutaya Vitme Vayuputra Demi Tanno Hanuman Prachoryat. Anjani Sutaya Vitme Vayuputra Demi Tanno Hanuman Prachoryat. Bhaskaraya Vitme Divakara Demi Tanno Surya Prachoryat. Bhaskaraya Vitme Divakara Demi Tanno Surya Prachoryat. Bhaskaraya Vitme Divakara Demi Tanno Surya Prachoryat. Om Katyayana Vidme Kanakumari Chadime Tanno Bhagavate Prachoryat. 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 Katyayana Vidme Kanakumari Chadime Tanno भगवते प्रचोदयात् कट्यानाय विद्महे कनकुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात् कट्यानाय विद्महे कनकुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना प्रीत्योर्मुक्षमामृतात् 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 सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता नमः स्वाहा श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः
श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः
ॐ सर्वपापहरं देवं गाङ्ग्यं निर्मलं जलम् आचमनम्यादत्त गृहाणा परमेश्वर आचमनम्यादत्त गृहाणा परमेश्वर We find this smoke in all directions. ॐ वनस्पतिर्सुरभूतो गन्धार्यो गणदूतमा आग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिग्रेतां धूपोऽयम् आग्रापयामि. We all stretch our hands as we bow. ॐ मनलाय नमः ॐ मनलाय नमः ॐ मनलाय नमः श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः
श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम श्री दुर्गा शरणं मम
श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः श्री दुर्गा शरणं नमः
In my mind this evening I had something to plan, but the energies chose different, and so tomorrow evening there is something very special planned. Tomorrow evening, sitting here will be the ladies of the group. They will not be sitting there. And tomorrow evening the men will be sitting there, and all the ladies will be sitting here to perform the puja, as we have done in the past. Tomorrow evening we will serenade the women folk of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation in a very special way. Tomorrow evening, make a little mala, get a little chandan and a little perfume and a little token of love in your homes. Tomorrow we'll surprise your mothers and we'll do the puja of the real Devi, Jagadamba. The Devi dwells on the earth through the medium of your mother. She is the Saraswati, the teacher. She is the Lakshmi, the financer. She is the Durga, the doctor. She is the Kali, the discipliner. She is the strength, she is the power, she is the pillar upon which we can depend at all times. So the Devi Bhagavad says, a murkha fool worships the Devi through the murti, and that fool did not worship the Devi through the medium of Mata. Matri Devo Bhava. Mata is God first. So tomorrow we pay special tribute to Mata. I have something very special planned. I was supposed to do it today, but I changed my mind. So tomorrow evening we will do this. This evening, may the peace and the blessings and the grace of Adi Shakti be upon us all. Let us all stand as we join now in the closing Aarti. Tonight we dedicate our Aarti to Mama Chain. Wherever her soul is, may she receive bliss and happiness. We pray to Ma Durga. Listen to our prayer. Suno mere Devi Parvat Vasini Tera Paran Paya Tera Paran Paya Bolo
तेरा पारन पाया
सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल।
रे तेरे बीच चराया माँ, रे तेरे बीच चराया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया।
सुआ चोर तेरे अंग विराजे,
सुआ चोर तेरे अंग विराजे,
सुआ चोर तेरे अंग विराजे,
सुआ चोर तेरे अंग विराजे।
केसर तिलक लगाया माँ, केसर तिलक लगाया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया।
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती,
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती।
मोहन भोग लगाया, मोहन भोग लगाया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया।
दानु भगत मैया तेरे गुण गावे,
दानो भगत मैया तेरे गुण गावे,
धन्य भगत मैया तेरे गुण गावे।
धन्या भगत मैया तेरे गुण गावे।
मन वांछित फल पाया, मन वांछित फल पाया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया।
बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया,
Sing with me, clap your hands,
तेरा
let's sing
पार न पाया।
जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
जगदम्बा देवी, ओ जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी। जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी।
अगर बम मगर बम मगर बम बम बम,
अगर बम अगर बम अगर बम बम बम,
अगर बम मगर बम मगर बम बम बम,
अगर बम अगर बम अगर बम बम बम,
अगर बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू।
अगर बम 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 भोला बजावे डमरू।
अगर बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू।
अगर बम 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 भोला बजावे डमरू।
बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू,
बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू,
बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू,
बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू।
बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू। शिव बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू।
शिव बम 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 भोला बजावे डमरू।
शिव बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू।
शिव बम 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 भोला बजावे डमरू।
कोई चरावे पान फूल, कोई चरावे माला,
कोई चरावे पान फूल, कोई चरावे माला,
कोई चरावे पान फूल, कोई चरावे माला,
कोई चरावे पान फूल, कोई चरावे
पुकार शिव बम 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 भोला बजावे डमरू
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 ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं तरस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तनस्तवे त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धो च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरे माता श्री देवी माता एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरे माता
श्री देवी माता
क्षमा मूर्ति देवी माता प्रेम मूर्ति दुर्गा माता क्षमा मूर्ति देवी माता प्रेम मूर्ति दुर्गा माता एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री मेरी माता एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता प्रार्थना सुन लो हमारा प्रभु प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु listen to my prayer oh Lord dear Lord I am singing praises to you with love I am singing praises to you with love I am singing praises to you with love प्रार्थना सुन लो हमार प्रभु प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु प्रेम से करत पुकार प्रभु प्रेम से करत उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सीताराम 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 कहिए जाहि तेहि रखे राम जाहि तेहि रखे राम जाहि तेहि रहिए
राम सीता राम
सीताराम 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 जगदम्बा माता की जय. Let us all be seated. Please nobody leave without coming to the Murti of the Divine Goddess. The Aarti will come, the Panchamrit will come, the Parsad will come. Meals are provided for one and all. Please do stay and partake. We take this opportunity to remind you that our Visarjan will be on Wednesday evening, and so the Murti will leave here and make its way to Grove Park in Otahiti. Grove Park in Otahiti, where we will do the Devi Puja and the final Visarjan. You're invited to come and bring your offerings and your oblations. We're asking you humbly to wear white clothing or red clothing. Actually, we should wear red. Let us all wear red. We'll wear red clothing. And so we'll make our way to the ocean, where we will do the final Visarjan of our Murti of Devi Mata. Scripture has declared that when we worship the Devi through the medium of this particular kind of worship is called Parthiv, and the Murti is made of the earth. It absorbs our problems, it absorbs our distresses, and as it goes into the water and it disintegrates, it takes away our trouble, it takes away our problems. So, we have been granted an opportunity, and we will make maximum use out of it. You're invited to join with us tomorrow evening again via our broadcast, and on Wednesday evening for Visarjan. May the peace and the blessings of Adi Shakti be upon us all. Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. Naresh leads us in renditions, narration, Sintra, and so the Arti comes, the Panchamrit comes, the Parsad comes.
Jai
Sankhya Television is not only the first Hindu TV station in Trinidad and Tobago, but Sankhya TV also has the most coverage. You can find Sankhya TV on Facebook by searching for Sankhya Television. There you can view Sankhya TV Facebook Lives for all exclusive programming and all Sankhya TV playlists where you will find previously aired Yagnas. By liking and following the Sankhya TV Facebook page,